Hello viewers, this video presentation is for the topic Multivalued Dependency and fourth normal form from the second unit of Database Management Systems. And now let us see the objectives of studying this topic. To convert the relations into 4NF normalization form and to understand the conditions to meet to satisfy fourth normal form. Now we can recall about the normalization. Normalization is the process of organizing the data in the database to make it more convenient and efficient to do the database operations. And normalization helps to avoid the redundancies and to eliminate the undesirable characteristics like insertion anomalies, updation anomalies, and deletion anomalies. So normally in the normalization process, we will rearrange the columns in the table, or sometimes we will break the larger tables into smaller table, and we will maintain the necessary links to maintain the relationship. So to make the database into more efficient form, only we are going for the normalization. So the normalization may be of many types: first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, Boy's coded normal form. And next we are going to see about fourth normalization form, fourth normal form. The fourth normal form is associated with one attribute, one feature called as multivalued dependency. So now let us see about the multivalued dependency. So multivalued dependency occurs when two attributes in a table are independent of each other but both depend on a third attribute. So in a multivalued dependency, a table should have at least two attributes that are dependent on a third attribute. For example, a bike manufacturer company produces two colors, white and black, of each model in every year. So the database table is keeping the details of bike manufactured by the one particular bike manufacturing company. So we can see in every model, two colors are manufactured in the same year. Okay, so in the year 2013, two colors are manufactured in the same model M3001. So here color and manufacturing year are dependent on the bike model, and both color and manufacturing year are independent of each other. So in this case, two columns can be called as multivalued dependent on bike model. Okay, so this can be represented as bike model multi-determined manufacturing year and bike model multi-determined color. So this is called as multivalued dependency. Now we shall move to the fourth normal form. It is shortly called as 4NF. A relation to satisfy 4NF form, it should be in a Boy's coded normal form, and it should not have any multivalued dependency. That is the condition for the fourth normal form. Again, we can tell a table is said to have multi-value dependency if the following conditions are true. For a dependency A implies B, if for a single value of A, multiple value of B exists, means then the table may have multi-value dependency. So the table should have at least three columns for it to have a multi-value dependency. For example, a relation R with three attributes A, B, C. If there is a multi-value dependency between A and B, then B and C should be independent of each other. Already we have seen the example. So if all of these above conditions are true for any relation, it is said to have a multi-value dependency. But for our normalization form, for our fourth normalization form, the condition is the relation should not have the multivalued dependency. And we can see the relation, student relation with three attributes: student ID, course and hobby. So here we can see the same student is undergoing different courses, like student number 21 is undergoing two different courses, computer and maths, and the same student is having different hobbies, two different hobbies like dancing and singing. So the course and the hobby are two independent entities. The course and the hobby are two independent entities. So there is no relationship between course and hobby, but the student ID containing two courses and two hobbies. The student ID, one particular student with the ID number 21 is containing two different courses and two different hobbies. So there is a multi-value dependency on student ID, which leads to unnecessary repetition of data. So this table is not satisfying the 4NF form. So to make it to satisfy 4NF form, we have to decompose it into two tables. First table can be called as student course, should have the attributes student ID and course, and the second table can be called as student hobby, should have two attributes student ID and hobby. Thereby we can satisfy the 4NF form. Also we can see one more example. Again the same student table is having student ID, course and the interested sports by the student, that are sports playing by the particular student. Here also the same attribute student ID is having multi-value dependency on the other attributes course and sports, and the course and sports are independent attributes, but the student ID having multi-value dependency on the course and the sports. Since the same student is undergoing different course and the same student is playing the different sports like cricket and hockey. So this leads to multi-value dependency of the student on course and sports. So the table is not satisfying the fourth normal form. So to make it to satisfy fourth normal form, we can decompose the table into two tables. In the first table can have two attributes like student ID and course, and the second table can have the attributes student ID and sports. Thereby we can satisfy the fourth normalization condition. Okay, so for a relation to keep the fourth normal form, it should not have any multi-valued dependency. So that's all about the topic, and the possible university question in the topic is explain the multi-value dependency and fourth normal form. And another one possible question is how to convert a table to become in fourth normal form. Explain with the example. So that's all about the topic. Thank you all.